Hey, this is Kits and Snips, and today we will be building the high grade Red Gundam from Gundam Guklux, or however you say that. Now, this Gundam is technically a RX-78 variant, as in the anime, it is a alternate reality of the Universal Sentry. It is piloted by Char in the anime and is quite interesting in design as it is a Evangelion inspired design, as the creator of Evangelion did design most of the mecha for this anime. What that means in practice is a lot of very small and intricate parts, which you can see are going to really make this build very interesting. So without further ado, let's get into it. And here it is, completed. Honestly, this kit has so much detail in all of its pieces. It is amazing. It isn't quite to the level of a real grade, but for the high grades they are putting out, it is immaculate. And definitely a kit that you really have to have in your hands to really see all of that deep seated detail. When comparing height to the high-grade RX-78, it is about the same size, if just a little bit taller. Really, they do keep everything in about the same scale when it comes to the Goo Klux universe, so it was no surprise that they would stand at about the same height. Moving along into the accessories, you do have the two beam sabers. They do come in a very bright fluorescent pink that does catch the light amazingly well and does look relatively nice. The handles are a new mold, of course, for the Goo Klux kits, and it is overall a very nice looking beam saber. The next accessory is going to be this ball and chain, and it is absolutely amazing. The chain does come all on one runner, and they do give you a little plastic piece to attach the ball and chain to an action base. It unfortunately doesn't include one, which it really should because this ball and chain needs it, but all in all, a great accessory. Moving right along, you have a beam rifle and shield. Just like the RX-78, it does have a movable yellow lens and that second handle, which is adjustable left and right so that you can hold it with two hands. And the shield, interesting enough, uses 5mm peg holes, so it can be attached in several parts of this body, as this does have 5mm pegs in at least 6 locations on the body. And here's the real interesting part of this kit when it comes to accessories. You do get these two massive bit units that can attach to any of the 5mm pegs that are on this unit. And there are 6 replaceable places where you can put these pegs, including the shoulder pads, the elbows, and the sides of the legs for this unit. These bits can also be attached to an action base, as well as the shield, again using the 5mm peg, can be attached to any of the 6 connection points on its 2 connection points on the shield. You also get an additional connection point for the backpack that is meant for the shield, but can be used for the bits as well. And that is everything. Honestly, the amount of accessories you get with this kit, the amount of detail they've put into it, and just the amount of thought that went into making this kit overall makes it an excellent kit. But when you do have a kit with this much detail, you do have to, unfortunately, make some compromises. The articulation isn't the best, as when it comes to the leg units, because they did have to recreate the skirting with those squares in the front of the legs, you do miss out on some articulation there, so you can't get a deep bend out of it. As well, the arms are a bit stiff. There's no additional rotation, so you do have to be very mindful when you're making this unit pose. And while I do love the shield, it can only be held on those 5mm peg points, as if you do try to hold it in the hand with the little handle it has, it just doesn't work very well. So overall, a great looking kit, one I definitely still recommend, but just know what you're getting into when you buy it, as there are going to be just a little bit of pain points when it comes to articulation, and if you're willing to deal with those, you're gonna get a great kit. Music for this video was once again brought to you by Upbeat, not sponsored, with the song Space Dancers by 2050. As always, link to the music will be in the description below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I do apologize for not getting a video up last week. Life threw me a little bit of a curveball and I had to get that taken care of, but I promise that I am fine. I will just have to work on time management a little better. If you enjoy this video, of course, leaving a like is a great way to show. And if you have any questions about this kit or any kit I built, the comments below are a great place to ask any questions you might have. If you do find yourself coming back on the regular, subscribe. I do try to get new videos up every week when I can get my time management in check, but I do enjoy these builds and I do love the hobby. And of course, this is Kits and Snips signing out saying, have fun building.